Again, this is the church of a slave master. It tells so many stories that need to be heard. Right off to your left is a slave burial. Historian, their words. These are the words of the historians who knows this information. All the feet in that graveyard are facing Jerusalem. Everyone in that graveyard is a slave. They knew who they were. The slave master knew, and the slave themselves knew who they were. This is the church of a slave master. Look at that. 201 years old. This is that church. So let me ask the question. How did the slave and the slave master get the same God? How did that happen? Through the manipulation of the slave master and the dehumanization of the slave. Now, this is the greatest story ever told concerning churches of a slave master with his slaves. Let me show you something. Door 1, there's door 2. Now ask yourself a question. Why would there be 2 doors to the church? One was for the slave master and the other was for the slave. For it was taught that slaves were not worthy to be in the presence of God without the slave master himself. They would be ordained by who? The slave master. And they couldn't preach without a white minister present. Everything had to go through the slave master in order for them to know who God was.
In America, why are we so gullible when we read and digest the Bible? We just take whatever people tell us in regards to the characters and the tone of the Bible. We do know that they changed the Sabbath day, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Romans changed it just out of convenience. They gave Jesus a birthday that is totally fictitious, December 25th. Why do we believe these things that people just tell us and we don't question any logic, anything like that? They also told us that blacks are very minimal roles in the Bible. That is absolutely a falsehood, because European Christianity told us y'all are not visible in the Bible. And we preached that and we taught that for over a century. Why are we so gullible when it comes to Christianity? Why are we not using critical thinking to understand that we are some of the most important people in the Old Testament? We're afraid to teach it and preach it. Why? What is so wrong with uplifting the powerful black nations that totally are recorded in the Old Testament? Come on, people. We got to do better with this book called the Bible. The Bible is for us and about us too. Thank you.